Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Remember the last time we saw Brock Lesnar?
Undertaker makes a huge return to WWE after being challenged by Brock Lesnar. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The bell tolls once more. In a moment that shook the entire WWE Universe to its very core, the Deadman has risen again. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, thought he was issuing a challenge to a ghost. But instead, he summoned the devil himself. This is the full story of how The Undertaker made his shocking, bone-chilling return to WWE after being called out by Brock Lesnar. Brock's defiant challenge. It all began the night after WWE Backlash 2025. Brock Lesnar walked into Monday Night Raw like he owned the place, because in his mind, he did. The Beast had just annihilated Shinsuke Nakamura in under 5 minutes. No remorse, no mercy, no equal. But what Lesnar did next wasn't just unexpected, it was sacrilegious. With Paul Heyman nowhere to be found, Brock grabbed a microphone and stared directly into the hard camera. Brock Lesnar, there's no one left. Roman, gone. Cody, broken. Seth, screaming in some hospital bed. You know who I want. I want the man they say can't die. Undertaker, I ended your streak. Now I wanna end you. The arena erupted. A mix of boos and disbelief. Was Brock Lesnar seriously challenging The Undertaker? A man who hadn't been seen in over a year, possibly for good. Fans assumed it was a publicity stunt, until the lights flickered that night, and the unmistakable gong echoed throughout the arena. One toll, then two, then silence. Is the Deadman listening? Speculation lit the internet on fire. Hashtag the Deadman trended globally. But WWE made no official announcement. And yet, the signs kept coming. The next week on Raw, Lesnar faced Sami Zayn in a brutal squash match. As he stood over Sami's unconscious body, Brock taunted the camera again. Brock Lesnar, where are you, Deadman? Are you scared, or are you just already in hell? Suddenly, the lights cut out. A lightning bolt struck the stage. Smoke poured in from the ramp. But there was no Undertaker. Just his symbol, burning on the Titantron. The message was clear. The Undertaker was listening. But was he ready to return? Paul Heyman's warning. 1 week later, Paul Heyman finally returned to WWE. Not alongside Lesnar, but during an exclusive backstage interview. With a solemn expression, Heyman looked directly into the camera. Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar has made a mistake. Some doors should never be opened. And calling out The Undertaker. That's not just a match. That's a death wish. I was there when the streak died. I was there when Brock laughed at the Thunder. But now, I fear what happens next. Because The Undertaker is not a man. He's vengeance. And vengeance has no mercy. For the first time in years, Paul Heyman looked terrified. Signs of the Phenom. For the next 2 weeks, strange occurrences haunted WWE events. At a SmackDown house show in Houston, the ring lights exploded during Braun Breaker's match. During a commercial break on Raw, a casket appeared ringside, then mysteriously vanished before cameras returned. Even more chilling. Every week, a new date would flash across the Titantron during Lesnar segments. April 6th, May 23rd, June 3rd. Fans pieced it together. These were all dates that Lesnar had defeated icons. But the final date, July 7th. No explanation, no match associated. Until Raw General Manager Adam Pearce made a bombshell announcement. Adam Pearce. At WWE SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar will face an opponent of his choosing. But only if that opponent accepts. And if he does, all hell may break loose. The challenge was now officially on the table. The return. Then came the July 1st episode of Monday Night Raw. The entire show had been built around one moment, Brock Lesnar's final callout. The Beast walked to the ring at the top of the 3rd hour. No music, no pyro, just a single spotlight. Brock Lesnar, you've got 1 week. 1 week to crawl out of whatever grave you're hiding in. SummerSlam. Me and you. One last time. Or are you gonna fade away like a coward? And then, the unthinkable happened. Gong. The arena went dark. Lightning struck the stage. A mist began creeping over the ring. Then, through the fog, he appeared. The Undertaker. Hat, coat, gloves. Not the American badass. Not the ministry. This was classic Deadman. The crowd exploded. 20,000 fans stood frozen. Lesnar didn't move. He just stared. The Undertaker slowly raised one hand and slashed it across his throat. Undertaker. I accept. The build to SummerSlam. The WWE Universe was officially on the road to the most dangerous SummerSlam in history. The build-up was haunting. Vignettes aired weekly, revisiting the history between Lesnar and Undertaker. Their WrestleMania 30 match. The Streak. Hell in a Cell 2015. This wasn't just revenge. This was closure. But things got personal. Lesnar took it too far. On the final Raw before SummerSlam, Lesnar interrupted a tribute segment dedicated to The Undertaker's late brother, Paul Bearer. He laughed, mocked, even kicked over the urn display. Suddenly, the Titantron flickered, and a message appeared in blood-red letters. Lesnar, you have dug your own grave. SummerSlam Showdown. SummerSlam 2025. Main event. Nashville, Tennessee. A sold-out Nissan Stadium. The bell tolled. The Undertaker entered last. Slow, methodical, legendary. Brock Lesnar stood ready, pacing like a predator. The match was no holds barred. No disqualifications. No time limit. The first few minutes were all Lesnar. Suplex after suplex. He went for an early F5. But Taker sat up. Eyes rolled back. The stadium lost it. Choke slam. Old school. Big boot. Then Lesnar grabbed a steel chair. He swung. Taker ducked. Boom. Tombstone. 1, 2, kick out. Lesnar powered back with an F5 into the barricade. But the Deadman rose again. They brawled through the crowd. Through tables. Into the announce desk. Then, with both men exhausted, Lesnar screamed. Brock Lesnar, stay down. Taker looked up, bloodied, bruised, and whispered, Undertaker, you first. With a sudden burst of energy, Undertaker hit a second tombstone. Then dragged Lesnar to the casket that had been ringside all along. He opened it, threw Brock inside, slammed the lid shut. The bell rang. Winner. The Undertaker. Aftermath. The next night on Raw, Lesnar was nowhere to be found. Commentary didn't even acknowledge his status. Undertaker, on the other hand, opened the show with one final message. Standing alone in the ring under a pale spotlight, he removed his gloves, his hat, and his coat. He placed them in the center of the ring once again. Greater than Undertaker. Now, it's finished. The lights dimmed. He turned and walked away, one last time. The crowd didn't cheer. They just stood, silent, in awe, saying goodbye. Brock Lesnar thought he was calling out a relic. He thought he was proving a point. Instead, he summoned death itself. And for one night only, The Undertaker proved that even in retirement, even after decades of destruction, legends never die. They just wait for one more soul to collect. Thanks for watching, folks. This was one for the history books. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the biggest moments in wrestling. Until next time, keep it locked, and keep it wrestling.